Hello and welcome to another Phoenix Housing Update. This one is for June 1st, 2020. Now the theme this week is going to be how unreliable some data is going to be right now. There is really going to be reflected in more than anything sales price per square foot. Now if you read any reports out there, you'll see that between April 15th and May 15th it fell 3.5%. So it'd be very easy and understandable to translate this as home values going down. However, and I know buyers are going to want to punch me for this, prices are still climbing. So how can that be? Well, what we need to look at are just two stats: active listings and listings under contract. Once we do, we'll see that it's all about the homes that are actually up for sale and selling. So I'm Dylan Bucknavich. I'm a realtor at the Buck team. I'm also a husband, a daddy, and a former home inspector. All right, so let's get started by looking at a few charts regarding active listings. First of all of these charts are going to be broken down by the week, and we will compare 2020 to 2019 for a little more reference. Also, all of these charts are courtesy of our friends at the Cromford Report. We appreciate the work they do over there. Okay, starting where all the fun is, the $500,000 and under price point. So we can see that in a 5-week period, the amount of listings here spiked from 6,000 to 9,000. Then you see it fall off, and that is, of course, they're selling. By the way, the red line is 2020 and the green line is 2019. Now, in the 500 to a million price point, we have a moderate spike of 2,300 to 2,700 listings, but a much smaller drop after that compared to that 500 and under range. But here's the tricky part. Now, in the million and above range, no spike at all. In fact, an almost completely flat trend. Now, compare this to last year, and you can see we usually get at least a bump before the summer, but that was not the case here. Obviously, COVID had a big effect on that. Now, let's look at listings under contract in the same price points. Now, based on the active listing charts, I'm sure you'll see what's coming, but here it is. So contracts in the $500,000 and under range, they spiked from 7,500 to 9,300, and we are almost at the same place we were this time last year. Only this year, we have 3,000 less homes for sale. So in the 500 to a million range, you'll see another spike of 1,000 to 1,400 homes. But keep in mind, it's only 400 more homes. So once again, right where we were last year, about 1,000 less homes for sale. And finally, in the million and above range, we didn't see things start to climb until 3 weeks ago, when the other price points started about 5 or 6 weeks ago. And while the spike may look big on the chart, it only jumped from 272 homes to 310. You can see at its low point, we were almost 100 homes fewer than last year. Now, even if every home in this price point was just $1 million, that is a lost sales volume of $100 million. However, as you can imagine, it isn't even. And naturally, I went through that price point and found about 80% of those homes were between 1 and 2 million, and then about 10% each between 2 and 3 million, and then 3 million and above. So conservatively, that difference in sales volume looks more like 140 million. That's a rough guess, but that's about somewhere around there. So in conclusion, how does this all equate? Well, with a larger than usual percentage of homes selling in the 500 and under price point and the lower than usual amount of luxury sales volume, that, my friends, is why we have a drop off in the average price per square foot, but we still have home values going up. So I predict some news sources out there, they're going to jump all over the drop in sales price headline. It's going to grab your attention, but don't let it work. You have to look past their need for clicks and their need for attention. There will simply be some data coming out during all this that will be unreliable. Home values are fine and climbing. If anything, things are becoming more balanced in that $600,000 and up price point, but home values are fine. As always, you can count on me to spend an annoying amount of time looking at the data, so you'll be in the know and you don't have to look. But thank you once again for taking some time to read this, and I will see you next time.